Can you do this? I love you. You know how to do that? Okay. What should we do? Go running. Let's go for a run. Do you know how to do? Oh, you are Hawaiian. Okay. Can you go like this, like blow a kiss?
Stop me if this sounds familiar! People are insanely upset with Kim Kardashian again. But this time, it's not just eye rolls and internet groans. This time, people are calling for a full-on boycott of every single Kim-branded product after her latest stunt. Now, we all know, Kim isn't exactly known for being in touch with reality, but her decision to use Tesla products as props in a seductive photo shoot after nearly 2 months of Elon Musk aiding Trump in dismantling the US federal government was bound to ignite serious backlash. Just take one look at her comment section right now. People are furious. For many, this latest move wasn't just tone deaf, it crossed the line, especially when it comes to humanizing robots, which is an entirely different level of bizarre. Because seriously, who in the world wants to get cozy with a machine? That was the burning question after Kim unveiled her latest jaw-dropping photo shoot with Perfect magazine, leaving people completely baffled, confused, and cringing. On Friday, Kim Kardashian shared a series of photos of herself posing seductively on a Tesla Cybertruck and interacting with the company's humanoid robot. The futuristic shoot was meant to play off her public persona, with Kim telling Perfect magazine, "I think the big joke of me even doing the photo shoot with a robot is that I feel like I'm so robotic." But let's be real, nobody was laughing. The timing and imagery of Kim's photo shoot could not have been worse. This sparked immense backlash, with many criticizing her for seemingly aligning herself with Elon Musk at a time when the billionaire is already facing massive boycotts and public outrage. His latest scandals have been impossible to ignore, including what appeared to be a Nazi salute at Trump's inauguration and his massive cuts to the federal workforce through his leadership of Doge. And yet here comes Kim casually posing on a Tesla Cybertruck as if she's completely unaware of the firestorm surrounding Musk. As expected, social media exploded. Kim's Instagram comment section turned into a full-scale war zone. But before we get into the outrageous responses and the allegations that she's been deleting comments, let's talk about the bigger picture. This massive exodus from Tesla has already caused the company's stock to plummet. And in a move that felt straight out of a bad dystopian movie, Trump decided to transform the White House lawn into a makeshift Tesla showroom in an effort to boost sales. When asked directly if he thought this publicity stunt would have a positive impact, Trump simply replied, "Well, I hope it does, because of course he did." Meanwhile, Tesla dealerships and vehicles across the US and Europe have become targets of vandalism and protests as people rally against what they're calling the Musk to Trump oligarchy. In response, Tesla owners are desperately trying to avoid unwanted attention, with some even branding their vehicles with other car logos just to avoid being associated with the company. So yes, it's clearly not the best time to be associating with Tesla or Elon Musk, but reading the room has never been a Kardashian strong suit. Some outlets like the Daily Beast have accused Kim of misreading the room with her latest photo shoot. But let's be real, this isn't just a simple PR blunder. It's a full-scale disaster. Kim knows exactly what she's doing, and anyone who thinks otherwise hasn't been paying attention. Say what you want about her reality show empire, her over-the-top fashion stunts, or her taste in men. But one thing is undeniable. She is a marketing genius. She doesn't just stumble into controversy, she orchestrates it with precision. These Tesla photos weren't some spontaneous, poorly timed mistake. She's had them locked and loaded since November, as noted in her caption. So why, out of all the possible moments, would she choose to release them now when Elon Musk is practically the internet's public enemy #1? The answer is simple. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew it would get people talking, stir up outrage, and ultimately keep her name trending. And here we are, 24 hours later, with social media in flames and Kim Kardashian raking in even more attention, which, for her, always translates to more money.
Not only are the boycotts against Tesla working, they are working so well that Donald Trump phoned in his little friend Kim Kardashian and said, "Can you do a propaganda shoot for me to try to up their sales?" And since Kim Kardashian has never met a dollar or a knot she didn't love, she's like, "Sign me up." What I need you guys to understand is that we've already been in a class war, you just haven't been fighting back. This is her also flaunting her love of how much she hates regular people. Look, I'm gonna replace my maidservant with a robot. I can't wait to replace all people with robots so that nobody has a job. I know that there are a lot of people that are such bootlickers to the wealthy, and they have such Stockholm syndrome because they've been brainwashed in this country to believe that they're just temporarily embarrassed millionaires, and they think they have more in common with the oligarch than the person who helped assemble that robot. But for those of you who are starting to understand that this is a class war, it's been a class war, it's just been one-sided, it's time to recognize what's happening. Not only should you have been blocked her long ago, okay? But yes, blocking is not enough. It is time to up those boycotts. She did this to try to break the Tesla boycott, okay? And since she wants to get cute and be a scab, it's time.
The internet wasted no time reacting, and the backlash was swift and brutal. People flooded her comment section, calling for a total boycott of her brands and making it clear that they were done supporting her. Messages like, "Never buying Skims again. I'm kinda sick to my stomach right now." And, "You will do literally anything for money, won't you?" Trash were everywhere, with many pointing out her long history of prioritizing cash over ethics. Others didn't hold back, calling her out for her high-profile friendships with controversial figures, with comments like, "Best friends with the dictator's daughter, and it shows." And, "Say you were a Trumper without saying you were a Trumper." Some even referenced her infamous tone-deaf past, with one user writing, "Kim, there's people that are dying." But the biggest moment of all was when one comment in particular, racking up over 20,000 likes, flat out declared, "Never buying Skims again." It quickly became the most liked response on her page, but by midday Monday, it had mysteriously vanished. This only fueled the fire, with fans accusing Kim of quietly scrubbing her page of any criticism while pretending nothing was wrong. If she thought deleting the evidence would make the outrage disappear, she clearly underestimated the internet's ability to screen record, repost, and keep receipts. At this point, the damage was already done, and Kim had once again managed to turn yet another PR disaster into a spectacle where, whether people love her or hate her, they simply can't stop talking about her.
Come to the front. What is that? Please tell us your plan. These photos only tell us one thing, that you are in alignment in relation with Elon Musk and that you also support these robots that he's creating. And I think we just all genuinely want to know, like, what is y'all's end goal with these robots? What is your end goal with them? I don't know if you're aware, but these robots will be AI generated. They will eventually be able to completely take over the working class, which, I mean, we already at a Mexican joint here in my little hometown, a robot brings out your food. Like, is this what the world will be in 10 years? Because we don't want it, okay? We the people don't want it. We don't need it, we don't want it. I think that Candace Owens invited Mr. Elon Musk on her podcast or just talk show just to ask him, what's your end goal for these robots? I think if you guys would just come out and tell us and be like, hey, it's fine, we're just doing this for like funsies, we would be okay with that. But it's the unknown, because we have to work. Like the working class, we have to work. We have to pay our bills. We have to put food on our table for our children. This is getting...
The fact that Kim's team quietly deleted that viral comment wasn't just an attempt at damage control. It was a clear sign that the backlash had escalated into a full-blown PR crisis. And if there's one thing we know about the Kardashians, it's that they will do anything to protect their brands. Their wealth isn't built on talent or legacy. It's built on their products, their endorsements, and their ability to sell an image. The brands aren't just important. They are the foundation of everything they do. That's why their Instagram bios don't say reality star or actress, but instead list every single business venture they're promoting. So it's not surprising that Kim, or at least someone from her team, would scrub any comment that suggests her brand is in trouble. Seeing over 20,000 people publicly declare that they're done with Skims is the last thing she wants spreading online. But Kim's association with Elon Musk wasn't the only thing fueling the outrage. All over social media, people started calling her out for something even bigger: her role in normalizing relationships with AI and humanoid robots. For many, this was more than just a misguided photo shoot. It was yet another example of the ultra-wealthy pushing a dystopian agenda, one that prioritizes artificial intelligence over real human connections. The fear isn't just about technology advancing, it's about who controls it and how it's being used to replace genuine human interaction. Critics argue that AI is being glorified for profit, not innovation, and that celebrities like Kim are being used to make it look glamorous and desirable, even though the reality is far from that.
Can you do this? I love you. You know how to do that? Okay. What should we do? Go running. Let's go for a run. Do you know how to do... Oh, you are Hawaiian. Okay. Can you go like this, like blow a kiss?
At this point, people aren't buying it anymore. The public is tired of this forced glamorization of artificial beings, especially when it's a luxury only the mega-rich can afford. It's one thing to embrace new technology, but it's another to promote AI companionship like it's the future of human relationships. And let's not forget, this isn't Kim's first attempt at pushing this narrative. Back in November, around the same time as her Perfect magazine shoot, she was already posting videos of herself interacting with Tesla's Optimus robot, showcasing it like it was the latest must-have accessory for the elite. Whether that was the beginning of this push to normalize AI companions, or just another one of Kim's many marketing experiments, it didn't sit well with people back then either. Now, with everything happening around Elon Musk and Tesla, the timing of this latest stunt couldn't have been worse. If Kim thought she could slip this AI obsession past the public without backlash, she completely miscalculated. What started as just another over-the-top photo shoot has now turned into a full-blown debate about celebrity influence, AI ethics, and the growing disconnect between the ultra-rich and reality. The internet isn't just calling her out for posing with a Tesla robot. They're questioning why she's so determined to push this narrative in the first place. It's no secret that the Kardashians have mastered the art of trend manipulation, always jumping on whatever's hot in pop culture before it fully takes off. But this time, the gamble isn't landing the way they hoped. People aren't looking at Kim's sleek, futuristic photos and thinking, "Wow, AI is so cool." They're looking at them and seeing another billionaire desperately trying to sell a dystopian fantasy. The idea that we should be excited about a future where robots are normalized in our daily lives doesn't sit well with people who are already watching automation replace jobs, reshape industries, and strip away genuine human interaction. The backlash only intensified as clips of Kim's past AI interactions resurfaced, reinforcing the idea that this wasn't just a one-time PR stunt, but part of a larger agenda. People are connecting the dots, and they're not impressed. Whether it's Kim casually interacting with Optimus like it's her new personal assistant, or her standing beside a lifeless humanoid robot trying to make it look desirable, the messaging is clear. She's playing a role in normalizing AI companionship, whether she realizes it or not. And this is where people are drawing the line. It's one thing to embrace technology. It's another to glamorize the idea of humans replacing real connections with machines. Kim's latest stunt exposed just how out of touch she's become with the very people who made her famous in the first place. Instead of seeing a futuristic icon leading the next big wave of innovation, people are seeing yet another billionaire desperately trying to stay ahead of the curve at the expense of basic human values. The bigger question now isn't just whether this AI obsession will backfire on Kim, but how much damage she's already done to her own brand in the process. Because while the internet loves a scandal, there's one thing it never forgets: when someone crosses a line that can't be undone. Kim might have built an empire on pushing trends before they go mainstream, But this time, it's looking like she seriously misread the room. Instead of being praised for her futuristic photoshoot, she's facing some of the most intense backlash of her career, not just for associating herself with Elon Musk during a time when his name is practically a PR hazard, but for trying to normalize AI in a way that makes people deeply uncomfortable. The internet isn't just dragging her for the Tesla stunt. It's calling her out for the bigger picture. This growing push from the ultra-rich to make AI a part of everyday life, whether people want it or not. The timing couldn't be worse. With layoffs in tech, fears of automation replacing jobs, and growing concerns about AI ethics, people are more skeptical than ever about the role of artificial intelligence in society. Yet here comes Kim, treating a humanoid robot like a luxury fashion statement, posing seductively with a Cybertruck, and selling the idea that this is the future. For regular people struggling with an economy that increasingly feels out of their control, this is exactly the kind of tone-deaf billionaire behavior that makes them furious. And now, her fans are starting to push back hard. The same people who once defended her as a self-made business mogul are now openly questioning her motives. Is this really about art and innovation? Or is it just another Kardashian cash grab at the expense of human values? The Kardashian brand has always been built on making excess and privilege look aspirational, but now people are seeing it for what it really is. A billionaire so disconnected from reality that she doesn't even realize she's selling something no one wants. The backlash is no longer just about the photoshoot. It's about what she represents. A world where the rich push AI and automation while everyday people struggle to keep up. A world where human relationships are replaced with sleek, soulless machines, not because society asked for it, but because a handful of billionaires decided it was profitable. And at the center of it all is Kim, the woman who has turned selling an image into an art form, but this time, the image she's selling might just be the one that finally breaks her brand. At this point, Kim isn't just facing backlash. She's watching in real time as her carefully curated brand of luxury and aspiration starts to crack. The people who once saw her as a savvy businesswoman are beginning to see something else entirely. A billionaire so obsessed with staying relevant that she's willing to push an agenda no one asked for. The conversation isn't just about Elon Musk, Tesla, or the photoshoot anymore. It's about what Kim Kardashian actually represents in today's world. For years, the Kardashian empire has thrived by making wealth, excess, and unattainable beauty look desirable. But in a world where people are struggling financially, watching AI threaten their jobs, and questioning the growing power of billionaires, the Kardashian formula isn't hitting the same way it used to. People aren't impressed by another luxury campaign that glorifies technology they don't trust, nor are they interested in hearing from a woman who, despite her massive platform, seems completely out of touch with reality. The moment she stepped into this AI narrative, she aligned herself with a future that a lot of people aren't on board with. And it's not just her fans who are pulling away. Brands, influencers, and even some of her usual media allies are starting to distance themselves. No one wants to be caught standing too close to someone who has become the face of the AI elite, especially at a time when the world is pushing back against corporate greed and unchecked technological advancements. Kim, of course, isn't addressing any of this. She never does. The Kardashians have mastered the art of waiting out scandals, deleting comments, and pretending nothing is happening. But this time, the internet isn't letting it go. Screenshots, receipts, and think pieces are circulating faster than her PR team can keep up with. And the more she ignores the backlash, the louder it gets. For the first time in a long time, Kim Kardashian isn't in control of the narrative. The world isn't buying what she's selling. And if she doesn't figure out how to course correct soon, this could be the moment that marks the beginning of the Kardashian empire's slow decline. The Kardashian empire has survived countless scandals, from cultural appropriation accusations to tone-deaf billionaire rants. But this time, something feels different. The backlash against Kim's AI stunt isn't just another fleeting internet outrage. It's tapping into a deeper frustration with celebrity culture, wealth inequality, and the increasing disconnect between the elite and everyday people. For years, Kim has built her career on selling fantasy, flawless beauty, untouchable luxury, and an aspirational lifestyle that most could only dream of. But now, as the world shifts and people become more critical of unchecked power and wealth, her image is starting to work against her. Instead of being the influencer everyone follows, she's becoming the face of everything people are tired of. Billionaires pushing technology they don't understand. Out-of-touch elites living in a completely different reality. And the constant pressure to accept whatever trend the ultra-rich decide is the future. It's no longer just about a Tesla photoshoot or a robot gimmick. It's about what it represents. People are realizing that the glamorization of AI, automation, and ultra-wealthy tech moguls isn't for them. It's for the elite, the ones who will profit while everyone else is left dealing with the consequences. And Kim, knowingly or not, has positioned herself right at the center of that power shift. Her silence isn't helping either. Instead of addressing the backlash, her team is quietly deleting comments, blocking criticism, and pretending nothing is happening. But that strategy, which has worked for the Kardashians for years, isn't working this time. The internet has receipts, screenshots, and a growing frustration that won't just disappear overnight. At this point, the conversation has evolved into something bigger than just Kim Kardashian. It's about the fall of the influencer era as we know it. When celebrities used to sell makeup, fashion, and aspirational lifestyles, people bought into it because it felt attainable, even if it wasn't. But now, when they start pushing AI relationships, billionaire-approved tech, and a dystopian future disguised as innovation, people aren't buying it. Kim is facing something she never has before. Not just backlash, but irrelevance in a world that's starting to move past everything she stands for. And if she doesn't act fast, she might just find herself on the wrong side of history, watching as the very public that once made her famous decides they're officially over it. Kim Kardashian has built her career on knowing exactly what people want before they even realize it themselves, but this time, she might have miscalculated in a way she can't recover from. The backlash against her Tesla photoshoot isn't just about her aligning with Elon Musk or glorifying AI. It's about her losing touch with the one thing that made her famous in the first place: understanding her audience. For over a decade, Kim has thrived by shaping trends instead of chasing them, making the public believe that whatever she's selling, whether it's contour kits, waist trainers, or luxury shapewear, is something they need in their lives. But now, people aren't just questioning her latest move. They're rejecting it outright. They're realizing that Kim isn't setting trends anymore. She's desperately trying to keep up with a world that no longer sees her as relevant. This AI push isn't the futuristic flex she thought it would be. Instead of making her look ahead of the curve, it's cementing her as part of a billionaire class that's completely detached from reality. The problem isn't just that she posed with a robot, it's that she thought people would actually be excited about it. She assumed that, like every other trend she's launched, people would follow blindly. Instead, they're turning against her faster than she ever expected. And while Kim is staying silent, the damage is already spreading beyond just her brand. More influencers, more celebrities, and even some of her own industry allies are starting to step back, realizing that standing too close to this AI-fueled PR nightmare might cost them their own credibility. The Kardashian name, once synonymous with influence and unattainable wealth, is now starting to feel more like a relic of a different time. This isn't just another short-term scandal that will disappear in a few weeks. This is a sign that the world is moving on. The old formula of selling excess, flaunting luxury, and pushing the next must-have trend isn't working the way it used to. People are craving authenticity. And Kim Kardashian's robotic, ultra-polished, AI-loving brand of celebrity is starting to look outdated. If she doesn't figure out how to reinvent herself fast, she might find herself watching from the sidelines as the very culture she once controlled leaves her completely behind. And that's where things stand with Kim Kardashian's latest controversy. She's getting completely destroyed by the entire internet, and the backlash isn't slowing down anytime soon. Across all her social media platforms, people are going in full force, calling her out for seemingly aligning herself with Elon Musk at the worst possible time. And the message is loud and clear. The public is over it. Kim may have thought this was just another PR stunt, another photoshoot designed to make headlines and keep her at the center of attention. But this time, the reaction has completely backfired. Instead of admiration, she's facing intense criticism from both fans and critics alike. The internet isn't just questioning her choices, they're actively rejecting them. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Kim is just playing the marketing game? Or has she finally gone too far? Do you believe this is the beginning of a bigger shift in how people see the Kardashian empire? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about this entire situation. Like, share, and subscribe, because this story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.